Hello everyone and welcome to Cineful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40,000, and today we're going to take a look at how we can start an army with just 2 box sets for the Dark Angel Space Marines. Now in this video we're going to look at the Dark Angels Combat Patrol box set along with the Space Marines Boarding Patrol box sets, and look at all the units inside both box sets, how we can build them, what they do on the tabletop briefly, before combining them and showing you a little sample 1000 point army list with just these 2 box sets as the components for said army list at the end of the video. And so, with all that said, let's talk about the Combat Patrol box set first. And the first model we get in here is we get a Primaris Chaplain. Now, chaplains are a priest. They're sort of, I guess, pseudo-wizards. They don't have magic that can be unbound or denied like a psyker can. And so your prayers generally will almost always go off. There are a few corner cases here and there, but the majority of the time, your prayers always go off. Now, the priest will know the litany of hate from the litanies of battle, and it can choose one other one as well. There's a variety. Generally, they're all either offense or defensive based buffs or debuffs, mostly buffs though on your own units. And they've also got some cool rules like Spiritual Leader, where they put out a aura of 6 inch to any friendly Dark Angel core units that can use their own leadership while they're within 6 inch. On top of that, you've got a 4-up invulnerable save on this model thanks to its Rosarius, which is like their badge of office. And then you've got a few cool weapons. So you've got a Zolba Bolt Pistol, Pistol 1, Strength 5, minus 1 AP, damage 2, along with a Crozius Arcanum, which is plus 2 Strength, minus 1 AP, damage 2 as well. So a pretty solid character to start with. You then have your Intercessors, which are your standard Primaris Marine troop. Intercessors are really cool in that they've got 3 different type of weapon options they can go with, and definitely some of these are better than others for the Dark Angels. Now, a lot of your infantry units can actually choose to fire some of their weaponry in combat, which they normally wouldn't be able to. Normally, this is their rapid fire and assault weaponry. So generally, you're wanting to either go with the standard or bolt rifle, which is a rapid fire weapon, strength 4, minus 1 AP, damage 1, or go with the auto bolt rifle, which drops the AP but does turn you into an assault 3 weapon. The next unit we have are Inceptors. These are a decently powerful shooting unit that has the ability to deep strike. Now, Inceptors are a fast attack choice as well, and they've got 2 main weapon options. The first of these that come standard are the Assault Bolters, so Assault 3, Strength 5, minus 1 AP, damage 1, or for some extra points on them, they can upgrade to Plasma Exterminators, which are Assault D3, Strength 7, minus 3 AP, damage 1, though they do gain the blast keyword, so this potentially stops them from using some abilities we have access to. But for me, I really love those Plasma Exterminators on Inceptors. I think they're absolutely amazing, but even the Assault Bolters are a really solid option. Now, the last model we get in here is a Redemptor Dreadnought, and Dreadnoughts are just awesome. You know, these are ancient Space Marines who have fallen in battle and continue to serve the chapter even in death. So not only does death doesn't end when duty and stuff, but Redemptor Dreadnoughts have a variety of different shooting weapons on them. 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers, Heavy Flamer, Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon as standard, plus the Redemptor Fist, which is a decent combat weapon at times to strength minus 3 AP, damage D3 plus 3. Now they can choose to upgrade and change around some of the weapons. The Fragstorm grenade launchers can be swapped out to have some Storm Bolters. You can choose to have an Icarus rocket pod mounted on top as well. The Heavy Flamer can be an Onslaught Gatling Cannon, and that Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon on its arm can be upgraded to what you see here, which is the Macro Plasma Incinerator. And so then we have the Boarding Patrol box set. Now, this isn't a Dark Angel specific box set. This will just be called the Space Marines Boarding Patrol box set if you are going to go look for it on Games Workshop's website, or indeed any independent retailer, which is actually where I suggest you grab this. Not only will these 2 boxes cheapen up buying all these options individually, but if you go to an independent retailer, many of which do like 5 to 25% off Games Workshop standard pricing, you can save yourself and get yourself an army on the table much cheaper than normal. And this is just a great way to get you into the game, you know, at a lower cost of entry. And so, first of all, in this particular box set, we have a Captain in Gravis Armor. Gravis Armor is effectively the new Primaris Marine version of Terminator Armor. Now, what we get for this is we generally get +1 toughness, so we will be a toughness 5 model, which is really fun. We've also got the Gravis fighting style on this model, which is really fun. So if we have a chainsword, we get +2 attacks when fighting with it, Though this is in addition to the chainsword's regular +1 attack, so we're actually getting +3 attacks. If we have the power sword, we get +2 attacks, and if we have the power fist, we get +1. The Boltstorm Gauntlet also acts as its own power fist as well, though it doesn't get the +1 attack, but it does provide you with a little bit of shooting as well. Now, the first out of the 2 units we get in here is another one of the troops choice. These are Assault Intercessors. As the name might suggest, they're all about assault, so they have heavy bolt pistols and chainswords as standard, and the Sergeant for them can also be equipped with a variety of different combat and pistol weapon options, like most of your Sergeants can for your units. For me, these are really fun. They bring, some nice combat potential to your force, and something different that your other Intercessor squad won't bring. The last thing we have in here is a unit of 5 heavy intercessors. These are your more, heavy intercessors, as the name might suggest. They carry heavy bolt rifles. They're in Gravis armor, so they've got +1 toughness, much like the captain. And they also are going to have the option to take a heavy bolter in the unit, 1 for every 5 models in the unit. And they can have a variety of different shooting weapons as well, much like the basic sort of intercessors. Generally, they're going to want to go with either the assault variant of these, or go with the standard one, which is rapid fire, and not go with the heavy one, just so you're getting all the benefits you can from the Dark Angel special rules. And so here we have our sample army at the end of the video. Obviously, Dark Angel is here, and we are playing in an Arks of Omen detachment. This just gives us the most freedom to continue building our army however we want, really. Now, we've got 3 troops as our compulsory options in here, and we've got 4 command points after we spent 2, one on a Warlord trait for our Warlord, and another one on a Relic, which is on our other character. To start with, we have that Captain in Gravis armor, who is going to be our Warlord, and he's gone for the Calibanite Warlord traits, which is really fun. What this does is, if he's ever fighting against biker or infantry models, he's always going to wound on a 2+, which is just awesome. This is why I've gone with the chainsword. I think if you can get him into some hordes, he's going to really do a lot of damage. Now, he's also got the Chapter Master upgrade as well, which is really fun. What this is going to do is give him the Chapter Master Aura, which is any friendly Chapter Core or Chapter Character unit within 6 inch can reroll hit rolls, and the Chapter Master as well has a bunch of different things he can take. He has, unique Warlord trait, but I think the Warlord trait here that we've picked is better than the one he can get, which potentially does give you some more command points, so it is an option there. Our Primaris Chaplain is joining the force as well, and we've gone with the different one of our litanies, which is going to be Excoriation of Rage. What this one does is gives us +1 wound in melee, really cool. Combines nicely with the rerolls to hit we're getting from the captain if we want to. Then we've also got Litany of Hate in there as well. Now, we have upgraded this model to a Master of Sanctity, and it will know additional Litany as well. So we haven't picked an additional one here. I really think that's up to you on personal preference. Maybe potentially giving you some of the shooting benefits. You can go with +1 wound on shooting as well with one of the other ones. But also, we're going with giving this model the Cup of Retribution as well, which is one of the Dark Angel specific relics of the Rock. Only chaplains can have this, and once per battle you can recite a Feast of Malediction litany instead of one of the ones you already know. And what this does is gives a friendly Dark Angel core unit within 6 inches of the priest +1 attack. It's going to be really good at getting those Assault Intercessors in if you need to get those extra attacks out. And speaking of Assault Intercessors, we have Ian there, Plasma Pistol and Power Sword on the Sergeant, and then we also have a Heavy Intercessor squad with the standard Heavy Bolt Rifles and a Heavy Bolter in there. Then we've got the Intercessor squad, which will have an Astartes Grenade Launcher, Basic Bolt Rifles, and a Power Sword on the Intercessor Sergeant as well. Redemptor Dreadnought, we've got Fragstorm Grenade Launchers, Icarus Rocket Pod, Macro Plasma Incinerator. For me, it's Plasma, it's Dark Angels, it just goes nicely together. And then we've also got the Onslaught Gatling Cannon. Now, we also do have the Rites of Initiation as well, which does give us a few extra keywords, gives us the Inner Circle keyword, and we've also popped this onto our Captain in Gravis armor as well. And then lastly, we have the Inceptor squad as well, with the Plasma Exterminators in there for a nice perfect 1,000 points and 55 power level. If you've got some ideas on how you'd combine these, some options you'd take on these units, or indeed anything else you'd add to this army, let us know down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fantastic little community here, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. If you would like to, you can do so either by YouTube members or Patreon, or by grabbing yourself some merch at Teespring or at our Ko-fi store. All of them are linked down in the video description. As a special thank you to our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallers, Redmine, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Colomos, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members: Green Rich Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weird, James Tillman, Gargamel196, and Disco. Lastly, a special thanks, first of all, to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing art with the channel, everyone who helps come and provide the games for everyone to watch on the channel as well, and indeed all our fantastic mods and members of the community who keep our Discord and comment section a fantastic place for all to be. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.